Hey there, I'm Kelly Sienkowski with Potomac Local News, and today we're shining the spotlight on our local Board of Supervisors election. With me today is Kecia Evans.
Hi,
Kecia, how's your day going so far?
it's going good. It's going good.
Good.
How's
Well,
your
thank you
day?
so much for jumping on with me. I appreciate it.
No
Can you tell
problem.
me, can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Sure. As you said, my name is Kecia Evans, and I am running for the Board of Supervisors here in Falmouth, Falmouth District. Um, I am 47 years old. I have four children, four grandchildren, two dogs, and married. I come from a family of, my dad was in the military, so I'm a military brat, Air Force. And so we moved to Virginia in 1992. I graduated from Garfield High School, and so I just basically grew up in Virginia. I moved to Stafford in 2015. So I've been here for over 10 years now. I have my bachelor's degree in criminal justice and a master's degree in cybersecurity, as well as a master's of law degree in national security law from Regent School of Law. And so I have been a community advocate. What else? NAACP. I've been on um, the the chair for the Department of Parks and Rec, as well as the Special Education Advisory Committee for the school board. And I am currently a planning commissioner and a former BZA member. So I've been definitely like uh, entrenched in local, I should say, advisory groups.
Is this your first time running for an election or your first campaign?
No, so actually, it would be my third time running. But my first time, I ran in 2019 to get the Democratic nomination for the House of Delegates for District 88. And then I ran again, getting the Democratic nomination in 2020 for the House of Delegates for District 88. And so now I'm running on the local level because I feel the local is what matter. I mean, yeah, is what matters. It impacts individuals more.
So, for our viewers, we emailed all of our candidates for the Board of Supervisors and invited them to do an interview where we're asking them all the same 5 questions. So,
Okay.
Kishan, we're going to go ahead and jump into that, okay?
Yes.
Our first question. So, projects like Bucky's and the proposed data centers have stirred strong reaction. How would you balance economic development with the concerns about the environment, traffic, and the overall quality of life?
Well, that's a hard question. Especially being that I am on the planning commission. I am a planning commissioner. So one of the things as a supervisor that I want to see is smart and sustainable growth in Stafford. And I think that we need to welcome commercial businesses here, but we need to make sure that our residents are in line with it as well. So we want to make sure that not only the commercial businesses are happy, but also Stafford residents are happy with what we are approving.
Thank you. The second question, with Stafford's $1 billion budget and continued
I can't
growth,
hear you.
I'm sorry, with Stafford's $1 billion budget and the continued growth in the area, how would you ensure that the county is spending wisely, supporting the infrastructure and the services we offer without overspending or overbuilding?
So I can say this. I do believe as a candidate, as well as a supervisor, that there has to be transparency. And so with that, I believe that we have to make sure that our budget is transparent, but our budget gets balanced, and making sure that all the basically making sure that taxpayers aren't carrying the weight, making sure that the commercial businesses as well as new businesses that are coming in is helping out in carrying the weight as far as the taxes. So I do believe in a clear, transparent budget. That's what's needed.
Thank you. The third question, the
Mm-hmm.
recent, some of the recent board decision from zoning to data.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Uh, so recent board decisions from zoning to data centers to school funding have drawn strong public feedback and reaction. What would be your approach to ensuring that residents are heard and included in the process?
I was about to say, so again, this impacts me as well. So as a planning commissioner, but then also as a former BZA member, and then also as a Stafford resident myself, the residents have to be heard. They have to be able to be welcomed in to the board meetings and have how they feel heard. So I believe in not only making sure that they're heard through welcoming them through the meetings, but then also with subcommittees, having them there as well. But then also making sure that we are listening by, making sure that we are zoning correctly, making sure that we are listening to everyone. And that includes not only Stafford residents, but that also includes the individuals that are applying for applications.
Thank you. So as development continues, how would you work to protect parks, green space, and the county's character for future generations?
You said, how would I work? You said, how? Say that again. What question? Say that question again.
As development continues, how would you protect parks, green space, and the county's character for future generations?
Oh, definitely. You have to work with the Department of Parks and Rec, and you have to work with the people in the county to make sure that we are still keeping, you said green space, correct? Yeah, we have to make sure. And so that's just by working with the county, having the experts do their job, but then also making sure that we are, I should say, accepting commercial businesses that have that same model, like making sure that we have good, clean energy. And then also working with our delegates, making sure that the laws and the regulations that they are proposing for the local county, come into effect, and making sure that we are on the same plane.
Thank you. So our fifth question, if you are elected, what is your top priority for Stafford County? And what kind of leadership would you bring to the Board of Supervisors?
Oh man, so that's a great question. Thanks for asking. So one of the things that I believe is that we definitely have, and this goes back to all the questions that you asked when it comes to economic development. We have to have smart and make sure that we're doing common sense, making sure that we are inviting the right group of commercial mixed businesses here. That's one. Two, we also have to make sure that affordable housing, more so attainable housing, is here in Stafford. I have grown children, and so they can't even afford some of the housing, the market. It's not good. An apartment is like a mortgage. So you want to make sure that we have attainable housing, but more importantly, you want to make sure that you have a supervisor who is not only leading with compassion, but also understanding that, hey, you know what? I need to make sure that one, I'm available, but then two, that I'm hearing the constituents and that we're putting families first and not our own political agenda.
We have a little bit of time, so we do have a question more about the Falmouth area.
Mm-hmm.
With the historical areas and Route 1, that whole corridor is facing increased development pressure. How would you approach development in these areas to preserve the character of Falmouth, but also encourage thoughtful investment?
So what I would say is I would try to work with developers first, like hearing what the community wants, looking at what the community needs. And that means our residents, but then also looking at the businesses. But we have to make sure that we have the density first in order to bring any new development in. Right now, like you said, where you're speaking of, things need to be changed, right? Like people want to not only, I would say they want to live here, but they also want to, I mean, they sleep here, but they also want to live here. And so that means they want to go to restaurants. They want to have the things that Fredericksburg and Spotsylvania have, but we have to reshape that on that quarter that you're speaking of. And that's just working with the residents and having the right developers.
Well, Kecia, thank you so much for talking to me today and for giving me the spotlight. For our viewers, please make sure you check out the rest of the series and subscribe to Potomac Local so you can stay up to date on what's happening in Stafford.
Absolutely. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.